Moi katsojat, tervetuloa mun YouTube-kanava.
Sorry.
We're going to close your channel. I mean, the Finnish people commenting that.
So you don't need like any major exam, like
No.
What made you move to Finland in the first place?
Love. I'm feeling vibes, some vibes.
There are opportunities for cleaners to come over to Finland to work.
There are a lot. Yeah, you could get from 2,800 to 3,000. I was like, so when is the nursing council so I can start preparing? And they were like, no, once you're done with your thesis, you just submit and go.
NHS pass written there.
Hi guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name said it before. Hey, stop that.
Hi people, hi friends and family. So welcome once again to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Anel Griselda. On this channel, I talk about migrating to the UK, mostly for nurses and then sometimes other health professionals as well. And today I have a very special guest, one beautiful lady, full of energy, full of good vibes, you know, just positive energy. And she's all the way from Finland. And today she's visiting us in the UK via live. Right. Yeah. And then, she has so much to share. So I'll just let her introduce herself and then I'll ask her a few questions. Questions that I'm sure you guys are also willing to know. So we'll just start now. Hi Roslyn, welcome to the channel.
Thank you. When you said I have the vibes, I wanted to say I'm feeling vibes, some vibes. Thank you so much for having me.
You're always laughing, always smiling. It's nice.
Thank
I think
you.
it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Thank
You're very, very beautiful, and I love you. I've seen the pictures. Your kids are like, your son is really, really handsome. Like really, really, really.
I told you, send the group prize.
So welcome again to my channel.
You're so kind. You just say all the kindest words. You know how to make me smile.
So welcome. So those of you who don't know her, she's a YouTuber as well. She has a channel called Roslyn TV. And I'll leave a link to her channel in the description. And then Roslyn, you're going to comment as well, and then I'll pin your comment, and people can just tap on your name and then go to your channel. Yeah. Guys, subscribe. Let her know you guys are lovely and kind. And then let her know you're from Nanel. Okay, she was a nurse in Nigeria, and then she's a nurse in Finland at the moment. Yeah. So I want to ask her a few questions. So please just introduce yourself briefly, okay? Just something short, okay?
Hi, Nanel's. Do you have Nanel's farm? Family?
Yeah,
family. Thank you so much for having me. It's a privilege to be here, hosted by you. And my name is Roslyn. Well, my channel's name is called Roslyn TV. I am a Nigerian living in Finland with 2 kids and a husband. Like she said, I'm a nurse in Nigeria, and then I moved to Finland, did nursing again, and currently practicing.
So how long have you been
in Yeah. And it's about sharing my journey, about nursing, about life in Finland, and some of the opinions, so much opinions in my mind. I just share it out.
So how long have you been in Finland?
So let's say I arrived Finland 2015. So in August, I'll be exactly 7 years in Finland.
Wow. What made you move to Finland in the first place?
Love. Romance. So I didn't know about Finland until my, I wouldn't say boyfriend, prospective, let's call it that. We just wanted to get to know ourselves, and he had got admission to do his master's, and he told me he was going to Finland. Yes. So when he got to Finland, he was like, oh, do you think you can come here? And all that was when we've decided to get to know ourselves more and to think about marriage. So that was why I moved to Finland.
When you moved to Finland, you moved to join your boyfriend?
I went to study, actually. So, they don't give visa for you to come as a cohabiter. They give you visa for study. So what we did was I went to Germany. I actually wanted to go to Germany to do nursing, but I was like, okay, he's already in Finland, so maybe it's best. And Finland, as at then, they were not really giving visa when you're coming to do bachelor's. You have to go to Kenya then to write the entrance exam and all that. But if you're in Germany or the Schengen countries, you'll be able to use the same visa to come to Finland to do the entrance exam. So that was exactly what we did. I used the German valid visa to come to Finland, did the entrance exam, passed, and started studying.
So what did you study? What were you studying?
I did nursing again, even if I'm a registered nurse back in my home country. I knew that Finland, they speak Finnish. Actually, they have two languages, but the most spoken language is Finnish. And as a nurse, of course, it's the same nursing practice, nursing ethics globally, just few tweaks that one can actually grasp within a period of short time, but the language is not something you get immediately. So I had the option to do it for 1 year because I'm already a nurse, but I chose to do it for 2 years so that during the process, I'll be learning, or during that time, I'll be learning Finnish while studying. So that's exactly what I did because I just did not want to graduate and then go to language school. I thought it was going to be boring. So I was doing it simultaneously.
The nursing program you did, was it a BSc or a master's? What was it?
A BSc.
It was a BSc and it was 2 years.
Yes.
And then
It was
you were
for 2
studying
years.
Finnish alongside.
Yes.
So are you very fluent in Finnish language now?
So I can talk to my clients very well. I can take care of them without muttering, without fumbling. I wouldn't say I speak like a native Finn, but I've gotten to the level where I speak comfortably. I speak comfortably, I write comfortably. Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot.
It is a lot. Now, if you are the one that loves learning languages, I actually did not know that I loved learning languages until I moved out of Nigeria. The first time I got to Germany, I was like, oh, that's language. There was this interest. Within 1 year, I got German B1. Within 1 year, which a lot of people felt that if you don't have interest in learning languages, you may not really get it that fast. And then when I moved to Finland, I also did that. So I think for people that like learning languages, it will be very easy.
So how do you say, this just by the way, how do you say, hi, welcome to my channel in Finland?
I actually did a video where I spoke Finnish all through in my channel. Now that you've put me on the spot, it feels like all the words I know are out. So you say, moi katsojat, tervetuloa mun YouTube-kanava.
Sorry.
You lost, I lost you at that point.
Sorry. Wow. I see.
You lose for the trouble.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's nice. Most of the people that watch me are from Africa that want to relocate outside Africa to maybe UK or US or whatever. So now maybe somebody is interested in coming to Finland.
Mhm.
What is the main process? Do they also have to go through doing another BSc program whilst they learn the Finnish language? What's the process like?
So the global shortage is also affecting Finland, but they have not been, unfortunately, very proactive in bringing people like the UK. I think that UK is just exceptional at this moment because US, I mean, it's a global shortage, but they've not really set rules. So Finland is still dragging their feet. One thing I advise people is if you can do the study again, do it for 1 year. That's one thing about them. You get the accreditation once you show your transcripts that you've done nursing elsewhere. You can do it for 1 year and you don't have to go through the licensing program because I have a friend, she's done bachelor's. She moved to Finland and started doing master's in nursing. But then the process of her getting licensed, I think we came exactly the same time to do the bachelor's. I graduated after 2 years, started working, and she was still in that process. Now they've made it easier. So if you come, they still need you to know the language to some extent. There is this, I'm going to give you the link. It's called the Valvira. They are like the nursing body that does the licensing. That will not be your problem. The only thing that may hold you back will be the language. So that's why I always tell people, if you're coming, just go and do it for 1 year. While you're doing the nursing program for 1 year, you can learn the language at the same time, and you don't have to go through the licensing body. Once you're done with your study, the school sends your transcript and everything to the licensing body. So I actually did not do any paperwork. I just told the school that I'm done, signed the paper, and they sent my transcript to the licensing body, and the licensing body sent my nursing registration and everything, and I went to work. So it's that simple.
So you don't need like any major exam, like
No. Now that you're asking about the exam, I remember when moving to Finland, I was like, so when is the nursing council so I can start preparing? And they were like, no, once you're done with your thesis, you just submit and go. Yeah, but now they're thinking of bringing this exam. It's kind of in the testing process. I did ask one of my lecturers, so when is the nursing council and all that? And she was like, no, we don't expect you to do that. All you need to do is your coursework and write your thesis. And as soon as you're done, so you should have 210 credits, the European ECT credits. And once you meet that, if you want, you can exceed it, but the minimum you should have to earn the bachelor degree in nursing is 210. So once you have that and you've done all your work,
what's that?
So if you're doing nursing ethics, they will say that's 5 credits. Thesis for the 5 credits, like numbers, all your courses have numbers.
That's okay.
So there is a cumulative of 210. So once you're done, you should have that in your transcript that you've completed that. If you want to do extra course, I went to Sweden one of those summers to do a course in geriatric nursing, and it gave me extra 10 credits. If you want to do extra credits on your own exchange program and all that, there will also be something credits, but the minimum you should have would be 210 for you to have the bachelor certificates. And yeah, that's it.
So the whole time you were studying the BSc, was it in Finnish language?
No, in English. So they have the one in English and they will have the one in Finnish. So you choose, most foreigners choose the one in English, of course. And while you're studying, the school will teach you Finnish.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Do you get scholarship or you paid your teaching yourself?
So I did mine for tuition free. I'm actually doing my master's tuition free. And that's because when I came, there was nothing like tuition. Government funded everything. Yeah, so the government...
international students, they funded everything.
Yes. That was... In Finland, there was no tuition. It was about 3 years ago they started this tuition thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody wants to come and do this 2-year BSc program, how much is a person likely to pay?
That's the thing. So they have universities that offer scholarship, 50% scholarship. So you could pay like 3,500 to 5,000 euros per year.
3,500 to 5,000.
5,000 euros per year. And the individual schools have scholarships. So they have the early bird fee. If they take 8,000 euros per year, they don't do per semester, they do per year. If they take 8,000 and once you receive the admission and pay, they will give you 50% discounts. They also have the scholarship that if you've completed the credit, I told you courses are numbered. So if you're supposed to have 50 and you do all of that within the time you're supposed to, there is also scholarship for that.
If somebody wants to come, let me just summarize what you said. The person can apply to a Finland university to do a BSc in nursing.
Yeah.
And usually 1 year or 2 years.
Yes. It's
And
up
then-
to you. You choose or you discuss with the university. Yeah.
So let's say I get 2 years and then I come over, I get, let's say, half 50% scholarship. As I'm doing the 2-year program, I can learn Finnish in the same university. And after that, I can automatically, once I meet the 210 credit point, I'll get my bachelor's certificate and then I will automatically be registered with the nursing body or the nursing council in Finland and start going to work.
Yes. That's correct. Yeah.
Wow. So how long have you been working as a nurse in Finland after you got everything? How long has it been?
So I graduated in 2017 May, and in June I started working. So 2017, and then I had a break in the same 2017 October because I was pregnant with my son, and then I returned to work after 9 months. So from that to 17 to 18 November 5th, I still remember that day. I returned to work and I've been working, and then of course got pregnant again. So I think without the breaks, I've worked for about 2 years.
But are there job opportunities for nurses in Finland? Is it like massive? After school, are you going to get a job easily?
It's overwhelming. Like, they really need nurses, all sectors. They literally beg you to work, and they have some kind of bribe depending on the place you want to work. So they tell you that if you're going to work with us, we're going to give you a house, because housing in Finland is hot cake. It's not like they're going to pay for your house, but they will give you a subsidized house. So if someone that is not working with the city, for instance, pays 1,200 per year, you will be paying like 700. That's like a huge difference. You are going to save about 500 euros. Then they have, or if you're using the public transport, they have a card that if everyone pays 50 euros, you would pay about 10. So there is this kind of incentive you get for working with the government or working with university hospitals. And of course, because of the corona, the pandemic, a lot of people resign, some people switch jobs, and just like every other place in the world, they really need nurses. So you have the option to choose where you want to work and how you want to work, how long you want to work. So here in Finland, we made a video about the 12 hours that you were telling me you work 12 hours. Here in Finland, you can work 8 hours, you can work 7.5. Yes, so you choose how long you want to work. Usually it's about 8 hours, 5 days in a week, and then you have two days off. That's if you want. If you want to do back to back, you have options to do that.
So in a week, how many hours are you expected to work most of the time? How many hours?
40.
40 hours.
40
so that's
hours,
8 hours times 5. 8 hours, 5 days.
Times
and then
5. Yeah.
How is the money like? Is there
Money. I did make a video about that. So the money, it depends, like you said, about the NHS and the private. If you work with a private company, you're going to earn more, and the pension and everything will be included. But if you work with the city, you earn about 12.
You say city, you mean
the city? So I mean the government. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Every city has a government that employs.
Okay.
But yes, so that's why I say the city. So I was working with Helsinki City. That's like the government.
Helsinki. You know what Helsinki reminds me of? Money Heist. Anyways, let's go on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So they have that, and about 16 euros, 18 euros, but they don't do per hourly pay in the government. So they do like monthly pay. So you could get from 2,800 to 3,800, depending on your qualification. If you're a director, of course, you earn high.
So
But
average.
now that's gross. That's gross. It's not like, because what comes to your accounts after taxation, pension, and all that, you could be earning from 1,800 to 3,000 after all the deductions. But if you're working with staffing agencies, private, you could be earning, now they do that in per hourly pay. So the minimum you earn would be 23 euros per hour to about 40 euros per hour. So by the time you calculate everything, you may be going home with 5,000 euros per month. That's for gross. And one thing about Finland is the more you earn, the more you pay as tax. So you have to balance it up. But at the end of the day, you still get more money if you're working with the staffing agencies, private companies. Yeah.
So which one do you do?
You could guess. The private. Yeah.
Is there like discrimination for nurses in Finland? Do you have like racists over there? Like,
yeah, I was talking about Finland, and at the point they were like, "We're going to close your channel I mean, the Finnish people commenting that you know how to speak Finnish because you are in Finland. So, you guys, with these few points of mine, you know the answer. Nevertheless, there are very good things about, yeah, I see the shock in your face.
No, I don't
So,
understand. You were going to close your channel because you were speaking Finnish on YouTube.
so the thing is, I was talking about why you should move to Finland, the good things about Finland. And then for me, I feel that life is about balance. I don't want to work people into moving to Finland without them knowing the realities. So I talked about things I don't like about Finland and I got the comments. Now, Finnish people, they are very patriotic and you wouldn't blame them. They have the only Finland, like it's their country for them to hold, to protect, and they do that a lot. So one could see it as discrimination, racism, and all that. It depends on how you want to define it, but that's
And
one
what
thing about
about
it.
at work? Do you see that at work?
Yeah, it's the nursing profession, so you get to see the women. I feel like women, we have attitudes. So you will see the attitude in some other professions, IT, hospitality, you may not actually see that. That's the thing. If you work in those professions where they have like there is more of male dominance, then you wouldn't even experience anything of that. But in the nursing profession, we have those times where menstruating and the hormones that
Right.
pushes. Yes. So sometimes you feel like I don't want to do this. I try to say the truth. So when you're coming, you come prepared. But I have lived in Finland for 7 years. If I'm still here, it means that there is a lot of good.
So if you come through that means, let's say you go to school, then you get a job, do you automatically become a Finnish like
Citizen? No. So you come with your B visa, which is the student visa, and then after studies, you get A visa. With that A visa, you should be able to study for free. You don't have to pay fees anymore. And then the A visa will last for 4 years. Then after that 4 years, you apply for permanent residence. That one you don't have to renew. And that's if you want to apply for permanent residence, because after that 4 years, you can apply for citizenship.
so it's 4 years.
Yes, so I
Not
won't say
4 years
4 years.
being
I will say 4 years after graduation.
after graduation. Okay.
Yes. Well, if you come to Finland, get a job, and decide to leave the studies, then you can get a visa based on work. And then once that A visa, the period of 4 years expires, then you can apply for citizenship. And for you to apply for citizenship, it's that easy. Just know the language, or you must have gone to a course where they spoke mainly Finnish, and then they give you the certificate. You don't have to do the language test. So I did the language test. It's called Uki test, and that gave me the certificates to apply. And the good thing about it is that it's not like IELTS that you have to redo and redo. Once you've gotten it, they trust that it's still there. So you don't have to redo. Yeah.
Okay. So that means you are now a citizen.
No, the application is on. So I'm just waiting for their response.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I took my time. I should have applied earlier, but I didn't even check when the visa expires, the residence permit card expires. And yeah, I was like, no hurries. Yeah.
So what's the cost of living like in Finland? Is it expensive? How much is your rent at the moment compared to how much you're earning? Is it worth it like to move there?
It's worth it to move there, to move here, there, here. But I would say that if you're coming, that's one thing my husband did very well, very wise. Come with a partner. That's yes. So as I'm working and my husband is working, you should be able to save a lot. After you've paid your bills, paid your rent, and all that, you should be able to save a lot. Of course, the cost of living is high. So is the standard of living in Finland. So right now, if you work with the private agencies, you will not get a house. But you can always apply to houses from the city. That is quite competitive, but you may be very lucky to get it. Most foreigners, when they don't get it, they get house from private organizations. So we live in one. The rent here is 1,200 euros per yes, that's per month. But
And I guess it's a big house. How many
it's a
rooms?
big house because we are a family. The thing is, as long as you're working, you'll be able to save, you'll be able to pay your rent, and you should be able to live comfortably. Yeah, if you're a good planner.
And how is raising kids in Finland like? Are your kids going to school free of charge? Do they face discrimination in schools? Do you have to get nannies for them? Can you leave them at home? How is it like schooling for the kids and all that?
Living in Finland and raising kids in Finland is one thing I love, love, love about Finland. From when you're pregnant to when you deliver, they get the best care they can get. Here, the government provides the early childhood education. We pay a fee. So if you're a student, you pay less. But if you're working very well, you pay. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg for you to pay. It's something you can pay comfortably and happily pay because you don't take food to the school. They eat in the school. They really take care of them. All the activities, everything. So the money you're going to pay for the early childhood. So I have two kids that are below 5. That's why we pay. But once they get to high school, you don't pay anything. And onto university, you won't have to pay anything.
You don't pay for university as well.
You don't pay for university and you don't pay for high school. The only time you pay is when they are still little. Now, talking about nanny, most foreigners don't do that because you have to show employment. It's like they have the minimum wage the person needs to earn from you. So most people don't even bring their sisters, uncles, or mothers to come do nanny here. Now, if you're working full time, there is 24 hours daycare.
Oh.
Yes. So you just tell them that this is how you work and you can take them to daycare. They have provision for that. So people don't.
Is that what you do?
Yes.
You take them to daycare.
We just take them to daycare.
And do you pay for that?
They have the ratio is good. Teacher to student ratio is good. I think it's one of the places where you go to work and just forget that you have kids, so to say, because you know that they are in stable hands. Yes. And the least qualification you can get to be in a daycare, to work in a daycare is master's degree. They are highly educated to carry out the task of what they are doing. Yeah. So it's one of the things that people don't worry about. Should I or should I not take them to daycare because they are
how much is it? How much is it?
So for my son, we were paying 50 euros per month. Ridiculous because my husband was studying and I was working. 50
euros. That's less than £50.
Yes.
A month.
Yes. Wow. It's that cheap. But if you're working and your husband is working, you could pay about 200, 300. Yeah. It all depends on how much you earn.
So in all, would you say it's easy to relocate to Finland to work in all?
No.
It's not.
It's not. Now, I am saying this comparing it to the UK, comparing it to other countries like Germany and all that. Nevertheless, are there opportunities for you to come to Finland to work? Yes. I'm going to give her the link, indeed.fi. They have cleaners and all that. So if you're able to get employment, you can come. But when you compare it to other countries, you're like, they need to do more. Yeah.
But there are opportunities for cleaners to come over to Finland to work.
There are a lot. Technicians, truck drivers, farmers, they have that a lot. But if you're coming to do something professional, or maybe I'm just thinking because we're in this regulated profession, you have to do the licensing and all that. And of course, we deal with humans. So it is not so easy to come in. And of course, the language. So maybe that's why I'm thinking it's not so easy because I know that most people that move to the UK, they already know how to speak English, so it's not a problem for them to get integrated or get the orientation to start working.
So for low-skilled workers, do they also need to learn the language?
No. So if you're a cleaner, you don't.
Okay.
If you're doing things that are not professional, you don't. IT, even if it's a skilled work, even if it is a professional work, you're going to be doing everything in English. So you actually don't need to speak Finnish. I know a guy here, he does IT, and the only thing keeping him from getting the citizenship is just that he doesn't learn the language. Like, there's not need. It doesn't make you to learn the language. So yeah, you'll be able to thrive without the Finnish because most people here in Finland, they speak English. So everything you do, I think that's why most people, they just get demotivated to learning the language because, I mean, life is easy. You speak your English and you're still able to live and thrive in Finland.
Okay. So final words for anyone who wants to move to Finland and then work, whether skilled or nurses or unskilled. Yeah, all those Yeah.
So right now there are a lot of countries that's opening their gates, so to say, borders to coming in. I think you should do your research. Finland is one of the places I'd highly recommend. I think for three times in a row they've won the happiest country in the world because the social system. Yes. So yeah, mostly the Nordic. So you will get help as a student. If you're a student, there is this bonus discounts you always get if you're going to make your hair. Just show your discount. Even when you go to thrift shops, show that you have a student card and you get discounts. Like whatever you do, just show that you're a student. You get those discounts. Make your research and be happy with your decision. Well, I know that no place is paradise and no place is better. I think it all depends on what you want. So do your checklist, and if Finland falls among that, welcome to Finland. And I'll be happy to guide you through the process of settling in Finland.
Yeah. So guys, don't forget to head over to Roslyn TV and then subscribe to her channel. And then we also have 2 videos that we've done for her channel. You should go and check it out. So thank you so much. I have really learned a lot, honestly. Like, if not for you, I don't know anybody in Finland. And all my life, I've never heard anyone say I'm traveling to Finland or my aunties in Finland. Like, it's not a country. I know that it's in the world, but it's not a country that like I think
you get paid on the
So like it's you've opened my my mind to all those things. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I feel privileged to be on this channel. You're beautiful. Thank you so much.
Okay, so please tell them to subscribe in Finnish language.
Okay, let's see. So
Klika.
Nappi. Yes. The word tila is like subscribe. Nappi is button. Klika is like click. So,
I want to go with you. So like Klika. Tila.
Nappi.
Nappi.
Yeah.
Klika tila nappi. Yeah, I did it. Okay.
Yeah, klika tukat nappi.
All right.
That's the like button. Actually, they have a lot of Finns living in the UK. UK is like their second home. They have a lot of Finnish people living in the UK. It's like their second home. You may not know because they all speak the English.
I see. All right, so guys, thank you so much. Klika, whatever. Bye.
Okay, bye.